We've had Marlee since she was a puppy. We've had her for 7 years, and she's never, even as a puppy, had any kind of an accident. And then one night, there was an accident, and okay, something's wrong. And then 2 nights, so we took her to our normal vet that we normally go to. It's a urinary tract infection. So they put her on antibiotics, come back in 10 days. They did another urinalysis. It's not going away, so they put her on a heavier antibiotic, come back in 10 days. Nothing was helping her. We noticed that things just weren't right, so we ended up taking her to a couple of vets for different opinions. They gave her the same prescription, the heavy-duty prescription, changed her diet, did all of that, and they're thinking, well, it could be bladder stones. They wanted over $2,200 for the surgery. Could not do it. We didn't know what we were going to do.
The emotions were insane. I mean, after going to vets and having them quote us the price of what it was going to cost to have them taken out, we were offering to put 50% down and make payments on the rest, and no one wanted to hear it. You know, the last vet we went to was, well, if you don't have the money to pay it in full, you might want to consider putting her to sleep. That wasn't an option. I don't think they realized that she's not a dog. She's part of us. She's a family member. You don't ask someone to put a family member to sleep. That's when I went home and sat down and sent an email off to the Humane Society, and within a couple minutes of sending that email, Humane Society director responded to me, and it was amazing that 9:30 at night, this man still responded. By 10 o'clock the next morning, they were in touch. We needed to get all their records.
It was right before Thanksgiving. I said, you know, go ahead and let's get her in, because there's no better time to have an emergency than on a holiday. And with bladder stones, you never know when one will slip down into the urethra and then she won't be able to urinate at all. So I thought it was important to go ahead and get that done before the holiday weekend. And I did a cystotomy on her and wasn't really expecting as many stones as we found. She had probably 8 to 10 larger stones, and then the grit, or what I would call sand. And that's just like sand you find on the beach. Hundreds. I mean, how do you even count it? I would say that if I had to put it in like a tablespoon or something like that, it probably would have been 3 tablespoons worth. So just a ton, and that's the stuff that I could scoop. Then you've got all the little pieces in there that cling to the sides, just like what clings to your legs and everything else when you're at the beach. So it's extremely hard to get it all out of there.
Love Dr. Julie. Dr. Julie saved Marlee's life. She was very informative. She kept us in the loop of what was going on and why it was going on, and she's just follow-up after follow-up to make sure that she was fine, and she took the time to help Marlee. We love Dr. Julie.
They did not realize at the time that we had a clinic.
I thought the Humane Society was for rescue dogs and things like that. When we found out that it was an actual veterinary clinic that they could help and do surgeries and things like that, it's like I had no idea.
The main reason that we can do what we do is because of donations. These people can't afford $2,500 somewhere else. I don't know that I could afford $2,500 somewhere else. These are people who love their animals, who would spend their grocery money for the week to take care of their animals. There's no limit on the amount of love that they have for their pets and what they will do to get it. Our Angel Fund definitely helps with that.
The Humane Society of Manatee County is absolutely amazing. We appreciate everything they do.
The donations were very important to us, because without the donations, Marlee could have died. I mean, there's no question about it. Marlee's my life. I love her to death. And without these donations, she could have died.
Life without Marlee, it's unimaginable. You know, she's one of us. You break us, and I can't imagine that.
You never know what you're going to get. It's kind of like a box of chocolates, but not. We're here so that we can help people that just don't have that kind of means, because they deserve their animals just as much as anybody else.